This is a good story you'll want to hear. In today's political climate, debating with someone whose beliefs don't align with yours can often be uncomfortable at times, or you might just avoid the conversation altogether. Well, one group is trying to bridge that divide with a new online service that matches you with someone who holds a different political opinion, like a political blind date. Our MaryAlice Parks has this story.
You are the threat.
Division.
What are y'all doing?
Polarization. Toxic conversation. For many Americans these days, just thinking about politics is enough to raise their blood pressure, and talking to a neighbor can almost feel scary. Social media making it all the easier to live in an echo chamber, shutting out any debate, dehumanizing the other side. According to Pew Research, Americans view themselves as more divided in terms of politics along racial and geographic lines than people in other leading nations.
This particular one is once a year.
Cheryl Gravy is trying to change all that.
There's so much more in common that we have than what divides us. And Americans are really hungry for that sense of we the people.
Program director at the National Institute for Civil Discourse, her team helping to launch a new project, America Talks.
An opportunity for Americans who are so sick and tired of the division in our politics and division, how divided America feels, to come together in conversation with each other.
It's like a political blind date, except instead of being paired with someone just like you, the opposite. Volunteers log in over Zoom and talk to a stranger, purposefully someone with very different political beliefs.
There's a venue where you could actually have a civilized conversation and present your views. Be open to having your views changed.
A self-described libertarian, Brian tells us he has worked in coal mines and was eager for the chance to hear from someone different from himself without any filter.
I felt fantastic. I knew that they were going to put me up against somebody that had diametrically opposed views than I did. I was very surprised that he and I had such similar views.
Riley Sadler participated in her first talk with the group this week.
They said not to prepare anything. You don't have to bring anything to the call. Just bring yourself and just be prepared to talk.
Even as a young college sophomore, she's been working on campus to try to bridge the political divide, helping to run a group that sponsors debates and conversations. She met with us near her dorm a few days before her call.
Are you nervous?
I am a little nervous just because, you do take that survey and then you kind of go a little bit deep into what you actually believe, and you're like, all right, someone complete opposite, and you have to sit and talk to them. So we shall see.
She tells us she's keeping an open mind and that the hardest part might be the soul searching required to explain why she believes what she does. But she believes in the group's mission.
Do you think that there's a chance you actually have more in common with someone who's very different than you realize?
Oh, definitely. I think because we do like to put a lot of labels on things, especially of sports teams. You either like the sports team, you're rooting for only them. There's not really a
red team
in the middle.
Team.
Yeah, you don't really find a purple team. But when it comes to issues, you do have to talk about them.
She tells me she knows some issues will be easier to talk about and find a middle ground than others.
Do you think there's the possibility you get paired with someone on Wednesday who has beliefs that you're too much? A bridge too far.
It could be, but I also think that's a really good learning experience and also a really good story to tell.
And that she agrees people often run in circles exclusively with those just like them.
Do you think that's part of the problem?
Definitely, yeah. It's really hard to talk to people, especially when stuff makes you uncomfortable, but I think the hard part is being uncomfortable in order to find those solutions.
Then it's time for her to log on for that big meeting.
I have my link, and it is time to log on and go into the room.
She tells us she enjoyed it so much, she'd do it again.
It was really respectful, but also it made me feel open to express all of my opinions.
A hopeful sign that there is still potential for Americans to talk it out.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.